Good afternoon, investigators. Mike Evans and Casey Pyne with episode 232 by Curious. How are you, Casey?
I'm fantastic. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, I hope you noticed my Brisbane Lions coloured tie.
Very nice. Very nice. Let's go Lions.
Thank you very much. So Casey and I are both in Queensland, and Brisbane Lions playing in the grand final tomorrow. Pat Flynn and I were once at the Brisbane Lions Football Club, and that's where we do some of our training. And we just completed our training program, and I went down to pay for it. You have to pay for it down at the reception souvenir bottle shop area. And I waited in line, and I was looking at all the Brisbane Lions memorabilia there. And finally I got to the counter, and the lady said, "Yes, what would you like?" And I said, "I've got this invoice. I'd like to pay that, please. And I'm a Richmond supporter, so do I get a discount?" And without skipping a beat, she said, "No discount, and we'll serve anyone in here." Pat Flynn was right, so she sat me on my proverbial ass. Bang. So I've never said it ever again since. And I made look like a real dick. I do that every Friday anyway. G'day, Nathan. Great to see you, mate. Ingrid, great to see you. And who have we got here? Evan, great to see you, mate. Airport Power Next. I'm sure if they're sponsored by SAPD, they'll do very well. And Chris said hello earlier on. G'day, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Chris was. G'day, Chris. Hope you're well, mate. So thanks for tuning in, people. I know it's a holiday around the country today, and it's a long weekend in Queensland on Monday. G'day, Michelle. How you going?
Hi, Michelle.
Great to see you. So we've got a really action-packed program today. So just some of the things that are going to happen today. Here we go, really quickly. I've got good news and I've got sad news. I've got all sorts of stuff today. Here is something to think about. I'll tell you later. What is the person under surveillance called in your notes, running sheet and surveillance report? And it's exactly the same as it's called by the CIA, the police, the FBI and ASIO. What do they call the person under surveillance? Money, hair, target. What do they call them? We'll tell you all that later. Give you the answer to that one. There's another one. What you reply when you ask by the claimant, when will I get my claim paid? All coming up today on Spy Curious. So people keep asking me, what investigation industry association should I join? If you're watching this, most likely you're a member of AirLap. Good on you, well done, good choice. You get free training and CPD with Investigations Uni every Friday. And today we had fun with Certificate for in Government Investigation Regulatory Compliance and how that matches what they do in private investigations at nightclubs with nightclub security and how it all interrelates. So it was a really interesting one today to be able to bring the two completely different careers in together so that you could get an insight to that. So AirLap, number one choice of investigation industry associations in Australia. It's only for Australian Security Academy students and graduates, no one else. Another one that's really good is this specialist one, the International Association of Auto Theft Investigators. If you investigate stolen motor vehicles, you can join this one. It's general insurance, stolen motor vehicles, and you become a member of an international association. And in America, they're quasi-cops and they shoot first and ask questions later. So it's real fun to be in an investigation industry association of that magnitude. And they have international events. And an Australian Security Academy graduate student, I'm quite proud of him, he actually became the worldwide head of that international association for some 5 years. So good on you, John. It's a big achievement. And that's an international association. I don't recommend this one. It's on the slide. Stay out of it. This one's great. ALIA. It's a really good investigation industry association. It's the Australian Insurance Law Association. It's not expensive to join, and it's a really good one. Now, there's been some absolutely amazing news this week. Charlie Tucker, Australian Security Academy student. Charlie, after 9 years at PricewaterhouseCoopers, has now joined the National Disability Insurance Agency as Director, Fraud Fusion Task Force, and he's looking forward to working with the NDIA Task Force partner agencies to strengthen fraud prevention. Now, if there's a person you don't want coming after you, it's Charlie Tucker. Good on you, Charlie. What a great appointment. I'm so pleased to see that. Here's what he's going to be doing at the Fraud Fusion Task Force. You can look that up online and see it. So really proud of Charlie's achievement there. Absolutely wonderful one. On a personal note, I had really sad news yesterday that my old fire chief, here he is, 93 years old, passed away yesterday. He was the person who was my fire chief when I was 17 years old and first started in emergency services. He was the best boss I ever had, and Rob is AFSM, which means Australian Fire Service Medal. Only 1,700 people hold that, and you can see that on the Prime Minister's website. So this is a regional area of Australia in Tasmania. He passed away. It was really amazing to see him in action. We'd go to fires and he'd be the person that was checking the breathing apparatus with his 2IC before anyone was sent into a burning building. And they were dangerous, dry, old, burning buildings full of smoke and asbestos and all sorts of horrible things. He would not let any of us get injured in any way, shape or form at the Queenstown Fire Brigade in Tasmania. And one of the things I say to my students, they say, what should I wear when I'm investigating? Now, common sense dictates if you're going to go to a quarry or a sawmill, I wouldn't put on the bow tie, okay? All right. I'm only doing that to stand out here on Friday afternoons. But what's going to happen is Robert, or Bob, as he's known, his funeral will be in my hometown of Queenstown. And Casey met his wife last year at her grandmother's 90th birthday. So you did. And so anyway, the funeral is going to be held on Monday. Now, what do you wear? I try and tell people to dress appropriately for where you're going. So if you're going to the sawmill, it's an open neck shirt, nice pair of trousers, put your boots on. You don't wear a suit and tie. If you're going to go to a farm, you're not going to wear a suit and tie. But think about who you're going to see. If you're going to see the CEO of Coca-Cola, she's going to expect a whole different thing than a flannelette shirt and a pair of dodgy overalls for you to rock up in. And it's a reminder to me when you go to a respected person's funeral and you look around, you're at the funeral, it's a very sad occasion, and you might look back behind you and you'll see the nurses or the emergency services, they're all there in uniform. This is a respected person. The police are there in uniform. The fire brigade are there in uniform. The nurses are there in uniform. And they're saying by their presence and the way they dress, we respect this person in our community. And you are saying to your clients, I respect you by this is how I dress when I come to your home. So ladies, I don't have to tell you how to dress, okay? But think about where you're going to. You don't have to wear a suit. Guys, a jacket and a pair of trousers will be ample. Queensland, no one wears ties. But if you are going to that CEO, that sort of, yes, you put a tie on it, you respect that person. So I'm not mentioning Bob because it's a sad thing. We would have died for that man. But what I'm saying is he sends a message from beyond that there are great leaders out there, and he was one. We'd all die for him. We would go to fire practice every Thursday night. We'd line up for inspection. I'd put my helmet on top of my afro and squash it down, and we'd salute Bob as he went past and he inspected our uniforms and that sort of thing. Then we'd go out in the fire truck and we'd test the fire hydrants and made sure they all worked in our little town. Then we go back to the fire station and get rat's ass pissed every Thursday night. All the fires that were deliberately lit happened Thursday night because they knew that we were on the booze all night. Then we'd gone home to go to bed. So the fire started at 3 o'clock in the morning when we were all still there. So we'd go to those fires, and Bob was never pissed. He wasn't. he checked for the safety of all his crew. He never had an injury that I was aware of, or never lost a firefighter. Great man, great leader, and they're out there in government and emergency services, and it's a really great thing to emulate and see in action out there. So don't forget, we're going to find out what we call the subject, and we are going to find out what happens when the person asks about their claim. People, please hashtag spy in the comments, and you might win a set of 007 must-have cufflinks, so keep that in mind. So comment, hashtag spy. I've spelled it out for you, hashtag capital S for spy. Okay, all right, so that's really important. Keep in mind, over the Christmas holidays this year, we're going to have a break at the Australian Security Academy between Wednesday, 20th of December, and Monday, the 8th of January. So that's important. That's coming up.
So quickly, this year has flown by.
The Borat suit, yes. So if you're going to an international embassy where Borat comes from, that might be. G'day, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Oh dear. So type in hashtag spy, just like Michelle did, and just like Chantel did. People, you might win those cufflinks. They must have cufflinks, so really are important.
Amber, I feel you. I go for the blues as well.
Commiserations, Amber. Next year they're going well. They're going really well. They'll be back next year, I'm sure. Okay. Some jobs just before we come to Casey, who's been having her photo taken today. We're going to find out all about that and where you can read all about it. It's coming. I've got some jobs that you've got to see. These are really good ones this week. Sure fact, Pat Henderson, who looks like Gru. There's Gru. There's Pat Henderson, a spitting image. Pat put up on Facebook this week that it was National Bald Person's Day, and he was really excited about that. So all desert heads out there, you might get a job with Pat in his excitement. Sure fact hiring, so get in touch with him. ProCare Group are looking for investigators, so get in touch. These are all available on our Facebook page. The Australian Fisheries Management Authority in Canberra are looking for people with certificate for and government investigation. That's really important. Seeker Group are after factual investigators. If you apply today, you'll start next Tuesday. I said ProCare. Clarity are looking for investigators all around Australia. They employed 2 more of our graduate students this week. Good on you, Clarity. Surveillance and enforcement directors for the Australian Financial Security Authority. That's not surveillance with cameras, that's surveilling the financial landscape. You'll need a diploma of government investigation for that one. Allianz are looking for an internal investigator. You won't need a license, that's a corporate position. Proof Integrity Systems with James at Proof. He's looking for a factual investigator down there in Melbourne. Good on you, James. Hope you're going well, mate. I know you're busy. Kieran Milne at Allied Universal. They're looking for investigators. All these are on our Facebook page. I've got a client seeking surveillance investigators in New South Wales and Melbourne. If you've already applied for that, there's no need to apply again. That's really, really great opportunity there for surveillance investigators. I had one here with the ABC. What did I do with it, Casey? No, that's James again. It's got to find. No. I am going to find it somewhere. LKA are looking for investigators. I'll have to find that ABC job somewhere else. I don't know what I've done with it. Maybe
you put it just in the standard.
Oh, there it is. There it is. It's surveillance investigator opportunity of the month. ABC want a cameraman. All right. So you're going to be a cameraman for the ABC, kicking people's doors down and doing investigative journalism.
Oh, God.
Now, do they do this? Yes. I know 4 investigators that do that for various TV programs. And one of them, I was talking to him on Tuesday. And in fact, he recommended a student to me on Wednesday, and that student does it as well. That was for certificate for a government investigation. That student is already one of our certificates for investigators. So both those two do this type of work. And a lot of private investigators end up working for TV programs as camera people. It's just something they do that lines up with their training and what they do is in their profession. Now, you really don't have to be licensed, I don't think. I don't think you do. I don't quote me on that. But that's just the way that goes. Did you jump places for me there, Casey, and find that? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, can you switch it off for me, please?
Maybe I didn't jump places. No, I didn't jump places. There we go.
No, I did it. Okay, we know what's going on there. We got two people in charge here. Question I got this week, which was a beauty, I thought, with our Investigations Uni program. Eric wrote in and said, I'm unable to attend the live session at 1 o'clock. Can I access the recording afterwards, basically? All the best, Eric. Thanks, Eric. So if you have a question, send it in and I'll answer. Investigations Uni is our CPD and support program for our students. Each week, they receive an email that looks like this. And in that email, there are 67 currently CPD investigative training programs, learning events about investigations, government, civil and corporate investigations. And these are all videotaped and you can watch the replay. You can click on any one of those links there, numbered 41 to 55, and watch the replay anytime. Or you can click on the links of the ones numbered 26 to 38 and watch the replay, and so forth and so forth. So yes, good question, Eric. You can watch that replay at any time. So that's really important that everybody knows that. So if you're not a member of it and you're an Australian Security Academy student, get in touch with me and I'll sort that out for you and we'll give you access to a really popular program we had there today. Got a fair bit of interaction. What do you got for us, Casey? Tell us all about it.
Oh, well, it's actually not what I was hoping. Where is my stuff? I lost track of time today because I was in a photo shoot this morning, as Mike said. So keep an eye out for me in the Courier Mail this weekend. But I was hoping to talk about, I saw this tool come up called telemetry, and I thought for whatever reason that it was open source. I signed up. It's not. It even says pricing there. I completely missed it. And it is a Telegram API. So you can search open forums or people that haven't made their groups private on Telegram and have a look what's out there. So it's good for monitoring, like if you're monitoring a group that might be, if you're a government investigator, again, if you're monitoring protests, or you're working as an investigator for BHP and you're making sure that any groups that aren't, that are currently going to lobby against you or something like that, you can monitor those types of things in Telegram. So telemetry, I might do what I did with the other tools, just sign up and have a look at it for you to see how it works, to see if it's worth the money. I think it was $29 for the starter, and that got you 50 queries. So, but I'll have a look at that in a deeper way for you and do a review. But I also came across this, which is what I wanted to speak about as well, because a lot of people ask me about Google Dorking or advanced Google searching. And it is one of the key skills as a desktop investigator or as an open source intelligence investigator. You just cannot, I cannot overstate how important being really good at Google Dorking is. So this is fantastic. If you Google this heading here, so from zero to Google Dorking Hero, enhancing your OSINT arsenal. So this is a fantastic article from Ron Kaminsky. It's on Medium. And I highly, highly recommend you go and have a read and just really hone your skills. I will be, when I get time and when Mike invites me onto Investigations Uni, I will do something specific on this, because advanced Google searching, when you get it right, you find some incredible things, documents that have been unclassified, resumes, just lots of little bits and pieces. You'll find school newsletters that people have been featured in. You find so much information, and it really helps you with your investigations and compiling your notes, helps you with your intelligence and helps with your different pivot points, especially if you're trying to look for someone with skip tracing. So again, from zero to Google Dorking Hero. It's a fantastic read. It says it takes 16 minutes, but I would give it a good hour so you can just practice as you go and really take in the information that he gives you. So as Mike says, you can always replay the video or just take a screenshot now. If you're interested in really honing your skills with Google Dorking, highly recommend that fantastic article.
Very good. All right. Well, we're going to look forward to seeing that an Investigations Uni case, because that's just going to build on the other 4 presentations we've got in there in relation to that. I cannot overemphasize, people. We get investigations because it's difficult and it's hard. If a claims manager or a lawyer can pick up the phone, contact who they want to speak to, and save paying you $500 to do it, and the witnesses and the locate and all the reporting, they will do that option. If they can't find them and they have all the databases, they got them all, they still can't find them, that's where we get the work. And you get it because it isn't easy. It's high pay, hard work. Mm-hmm. It's no paying, easy work. I liken it to you're in charge of steering your own career, and having these skills of being able to find people, you then can maneuver around and build and get where you want to be. But you can't steer a parked car. Think about that. You don't invest in your knowledge of how to find people when it's become really high-paying desktop homework. You don't invest it and deliver on it, your career's going backwards. And it costs nothing to be in there if you're an Australian Security Academy student. Watch Jenny and watch Casey. It's all there and it's replayable, people, okay? So Nathan's been in contact with SureFact. They were awesome, just waiting for his license to come through, and that can't be too long. It's can't be far away at all. So Nathan's steering his career there, and Nathan took part today in Investigations Uni, and SureFact people are all members of AIRLAP and that industry association. So they know they get a better investigator coming out of the Australian Security Academy as a graduate. So they're looking forward to putting Nathan on. So other things that have happened this week, find them all. Got to answer my question. Okay, here we go. What do you say when the claimant, when you're asked, when you're doing an interview with the claimant, when will I get my claim paid? Now, they're all interested in this. This isn't witnesses. This is the actual claimant for the motor vehicle accident, for the person whose car was stolen, for the person who has hospital bills, all this sort of, they want to know this. Now, you can't say, oh, well, it's the 29th of September, should be paid by the 1st of August. You can't say that. You have no idea when it will be paid. %95% of the investigations you do, you won't even know what the outcome is. You won't know how much they got paid out because they signed confidentiality agreements. You put your heart and soul into this and you don't even know what happened. So you're not going to find out and you don't know. And what you say when someone says to you, Mike, when will I get my claim paid? You simply look back and say, well, thanks for meeting with me today and thank you for giving me the statement. If there's anything else, I'll come back and we'll clarify it, whatever. I'm just an independent factual investigator. I don't make the decisions or the timeframes or the processes. That's done by eminently qualified claims managers, doctors, physicians, psychologists, that sort of thing. So what we're doing today is we're moving it forward, but I can't give you a time frame. And you say that every time. You never deviate, right? I don't care if it's a motor vehicle accident, public liability, dog bite, an implosion on an oil rig, whatever it is, you don't know. And that's the answer. I don't know. I'm just an independent factual investigator documenting the facts. That's it, because that's all you are, which is a pretty big letdown, I know. You're not the lawyer who has the instructions and the full knowledge of what the doctors and the psychologists and all that sort of thing are saying. That's not your role. Okay, really important. The next one. What is the person called that you're doing surveillance on? Anyone want to have a stab at that?
Someone did.
Someone did?
Yeah. Here we go.
Ooh, this Alex person. Do we know that Alex person?
I don't think so.
Okay. Person of interest is a police term. You will hear it used by claims managers and lawyers, and quite often you will be assigned instructions to say person of interest is described as, we don't know where they live, we don't know what they look like. We do know male, approximately 60 years old, but we want you to door knock every house in the area and see if you can find out something about them, where they live. That's for your person of interest. They're unknown. Okay. In surveillance, the person who you're doing surveillance on, there's a reason for doing surveillance on them, so they're known. Whoa, here we go. Oh, sorry, Casey put it up. They call it the target. Anybody think they're called the target? This is an interesting one, people. We've got person of interest, we've got target. Now, the CIA, the FBI, ASIO, police, the federal police, MI5, they all use the same word. The person under surveillance. Someone's been watching CIS, and that's where you see the unsub. Chantel's got it. You don't win anything, Chantel, but Chantel wins. Well done, Chantel. Get some balloons. Wait a minute. Hang on. Casey doesn't like these, so we'll do double balloons for Chantel. Good work, Chantel. Well done. The person under surveillance, you only ever refer to them. Whoops, that's Casey, as the subject. Now, the subject has a capital S, and the reason it has a capital S, and Chantel is so right, is that's their name. All right, so their name's Chantel Brown, for example, but we call her the subject when she's under surveillance. So subject replaces Chantel's name, so it has a capital S. All right, that's
we used to say target until it just sounds too.
You're getting caught in the witness box and you say the target, the magistrate will rip your underpants off in front of everybody and make you stand up on the witness box. That's what will happen, right? Because they will not like that. You don't want to be there on a terrorism issue. Right?
Exactly.
It's all politically correct. So they don't call it the sub or the subby. It's the subject. It's respect, like wearing the right clothing to a funeral. Okay, so that's really important.
Interest creep in a couple of jobs that I've done as well. So that's definitely, even if it's known, even if it's a known person. So yeah, it will. Sometimes it might vary, but generally,
it'll happen. But global best practice, CIA, FBI, MI5, all of them, universal subject. How do I know? I go to the conferences. I sit there in the front row, smiling, taking notes. And they go, why did you come here? I was just to see if it's the same. And it is. It's the same in Korea. It's the same in Germany in investigations. It's really weird, whatever their words for the subject is, but that's what they say. So I'm not selling it. I'm saying that's best practice in civil investigations. Please use it. Never, ever say targets. Ever. That unsub one, that gets me every time I watch NCIS. So you'll have to get an explanation from that for us, Evan. We want to know why, mate. You'll have to come on and tell us why they use that. They're not a subject, might be. I don't know. So here we go. I'm going to give away a pair of cufflinks. Can you see that, Casey?
No.
You can't. I'm going to try again. Okay. I'll do it properly.
Oh, Evans explained unknown subject. Unsub.
Unknown subject. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
It doesn't want to play with me. Doesn't want to play. Looks like it's been cancelled.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'll give away 2 sets of cufflinks next week. Sorry about that, people. Somehow I cancelled that out. So all the registrations went, the whole lot went. So I can't do it. My apologies. Yeah, people like to see me make a fool of myself every week, so I'm good at that. We'll come back with 2 sets of cufflinks next week. You have been watching episode 232 of Spy Curious. Keep in mind, please, people, SureFact are hiring. They are really hiring. So don't do that. So get in touch with SureFact. I'll just play a quick video that I made up earlier in the week in regard to another place that is looking for investigators. I've got it over here. Just do a quick switcheroo. And that's gone too. It's not my day.
Oh, God.
It's too much pressure in grand final week. Too much pressure. I can't handle it. So anyway, Seeker Group down in Melbourne are seeking licensed factual investigators. If you contact Seeker Group and speak to them today, Google them, SECA. You'll be starting work next week in factual investigations anywhere in Victoria. They have work down there for factual investigators. So do Clarity, so do SureFact, so do M&A Investigations, and you can see all of them over on this Facebook page, which we keep all our job vacancies. So that's where our job vacancies are. You have to ask to join. You have to say you're an Australian and you're interested in investigation jobs, because we just get so many spam requests in all of our social networking sites from hackers and all sorts of one. Why did you have your photo taken, Casey? You never explained.
Oh, just it will be about Quick Look. So did you put that up? Yeah, it'll be about Quick Look, and yeah, just so I'm trying to get the word out there again as usual. So especially with Quick Verify now, so it'll be really good to see what they write up about me and the business. It's always a bit nerve-wracking speaking to journalists, but the journalist I spoke to was very lovely, very supportive, and very excited to actually talk about it so that people can actually do something to protect themselves against scammers and people that misrepresent themselves. So
very good. So that'll be in the Courier Mail?
Yeah, so they don't know if it will be Saturday or Sunday because of the news cycle. And it's obviously a busy news weekend being grand finals, so yeah, finals.
Right. Yep. Yeah. All right. But anyway, we'll get that and we'll put it up here next week, and everyone can see our famous co-host of Spy Curious every week in the Courier Mail. So how did you get that? Did you ask them or did they come to you?
No, so I applied for something that's called a Kickstarter challenge. It's trying to win another grant to get some more money and to help with my technology on the back end. So it's a competition, and they saw my entry on their website and thought it was a really cool idea. So they called them, they called me. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Casey. That's great. We'll look forward to seeing that. We'll show everybody that next week. People, start applying for jobs. If you nearly finished your course in Victoria, apply for your license. Let's get it moving. We've got a lot of job vacancies to fill out there. Thanks for watching. Hope your footy team wins on the weekend, or your netball or your hockey team, or whoever's in the finals. It's going to be a big weekend. Stay safe. Always a lot of investigations come out of grand final weekend. So we encourage anything that does that. It's great. The more of that, the better. And we'll go out in our usual way. I just love this, with all units returning to their base.
작전 종료. 전원 복귀할 것.
Thanks for watching, people. Good luck on the weekend. Hope you have fun. We'll see you again next week. Sorry about the Cufflinks. We'll do two next week. Casey will do it, and I won't even interfere in it, won't you, Casey?
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.